Okay, so since I look really good from weed eating, I figured it'd be a great time to do a farm tour. Plus it's overcast and it's actually nice out. So, and I'm about to cut all of my larkspur to dry. So I wanted to record it before I cut all of it. It is late May and I'm in zone 6B, and I will show you what I have got going right now. First off, look how cute my little vehicle is. It's an electric vehicle and I use it for farm stuff. Its name is Tara. Okay, we'll start down here. My aunt was here helping me today and we got some irrigation installed finally. This is all seashell straw flower, and then this is apricot straw flower and purple scabiosa, and then two different kinds of status, pastel blue and rose shades, and then this is azuratum. So all of this was just put in not too long ago. And these are sunflowers, white light, and a newer one for this year, lemon light. And then these are marigolds, and it is white swan and cocoa gold, and I need to pinch these. So if you have marigolds and you want them to branch more, wait till they get about this height, and then you can do it when they're a little smaller, and then you'll just count up a few sets of true leaves, and then you'll pinch the top off or snip it. And I need to do that with all of these. And then the other row of marigolds I've already pinched because I put these out earlier. And this is Chetty. It's just a mix. And they look really nice. It's a whole row of those. And then I have a few different varieties of dahlias, mostly ball dahlias, just because they have a better vase life than the decorative. But I do have cafe au laits. And then here's the larkspur, and it's hard to even tell what is in here because the tags are all hidden, but I do know some of them. Let's see, I think this is smoky eyes. I'm not sure what this purple variety is, but it is very, very nice. And all of these are, well, not all of them, but most of them, any that are like more than halfway bloomed out, I'm cutting for drying. And I think I'm waiting for most of them to get almost all the way bloomed out before I cut them to dry, because if they still have like a couple little buds on the top that haven't opened, they don't dry as well and it kind of sags. So I like to wait now until they get to like this stage. So I think this is smoky eyes. I don't know. I think this is QIS pink. There's a few different shades in here. There's like the darker and the lighter. I do not know what kind of purple this is. Oh, Misty, no. Misty Lavender was the second succession, so I don't know what this purple is. I'm so sorry. This is not helpful to anyone that's sowing larkspur. But these were all sowed in the fall. On October 22nd is what the tag said. And I didn't use any protection for them. This, I believe, is QIS white. And then down here is the later succession. This was in, I want to say, maybe February or like very early March. And I don't know if they're really going to be anything to get excited about, but I wanted to do a second succession anyway. And these were overwintered dahlias, but then I also have new ones for this year. Sorry about my shaky hand. That's what happens when I weed eat for forever. So yeah, these are all overwintered and they look great. I just put, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 inches worth of leaf mulch on them. They're starting to bud up. And this is just a white ball dahlia. I don't remember what it's called. And then I've got the Zanzibar Carthamus. And I did 2 different ones. This one was transplanted. And so, yeah, they're like kind of tall and they're starting to branch. But this one was direct sowed. So obviously they want to be direct seeded, but I wanted to experiment with both of them. And then I also have my spring succession. Oh, and the couple random zinnias. My spring succession of agrostemma, which hopefully will look better than the fall succession because the winter really killed most of it off. And then this is my mulch zinnia garden. These are all just popping up from last year in the mulch, which I think is funny. I'll probably just end up pulling most of those, but I'm leaving them for now. And this is green drops grass, and it's starting to get a little bit bigger. And the Sweet Annie really just looks like crap. This is probably the best looking one. The rest of them look about like how they looked when I transplanted them. So I don't know if those are gonna be a winner. This is all feverfew. About half was sowed in the fall and half was sowed in the spring. But man, it has really just taken this bed over. You can't even see the soil. And it's Magic Single and Sunny Ball, which I've not done Sunny Ball before, but it's starting to bud up. The Magic Single is. And yeah, this is the same Carthamus. Some yellow cloth, gold cloth, whatever, yarrow is in here. Not very much of it though. Winter killed most of that off too. And this is lemon basil and cinnamon basil. And then of course, direct or self-seeded amaranth everywhere. These are, I've not grown them before. These are giant yellow scabiosa. And I think they might fall in the same family as the perennial Fama scabiosa. And they look pretty good. I'm really hoping that those do well because the color is really nice. It's just a soft pale yellow. This is a self-seeded branching sunflower apparently, and it looks like it's going to be really pretty. That's a nice color. I have no idea what variety that is. The scabiosa is a real big flop this year. I'm not really sure if I just didn't amend the soil well enough or what happened with that, but it's been there for a very long time and just really doesn't look good. These are the alliums. And they look really, really nice this year. This is the tallest they have ever been. And they just turn into this kind of purpley guy. But you can cut them at whatever. Like I could cut them now if I just wanted to add some interest to a bouquet. But I'll probably wait for most of these. And then these are ping pong allium. And these I know I have to keep very moist or they will not open correctly. So I've been trying to make sure that I've watered them. And we got a decent amount of rain, so recently. These scabiosa look better than the other ones. I mean, they're smaller, but they look healthier. So I think it was a soil issue. Got some zinnias that I have yet to pinch. I don't know what varieties these are. Precious Metals, Aurora, and oh, this is the newer one from Johnny's, Linen. So we'll see what those look like. And then some more random allium. These are kind of cool actually, but they're just not very big. And then these weirdos that are also really cool, but not very tall. But those are just perennial bulbs. There's a random feverfew that's trying to come back right there. And Winged Amoebium is starting to bud up. Some little branches here. And then of course more amaranth everywhere. Let's see. Shimmer Celosia, which I put out probably too early. It was still a little chilly whenever I put those out. So I don't know if they're really gonna be anything to write home about. A random ageratum, and then I wouldn't have put celosia here if I would have known that the ageratum was gonna come up everywhere. I thought that it would, and then it didn't. And then I planted all the celosia, and now it's finally coming up. So I don't really know what to do about all of those. Look at all of them. Oh no. Ugh, it's like I don't really even want to go to the effort of transplanting them. Maybe if the celosia doesn't look good, I'll just pull it, and then that can just be ageratum. This is the gajillionth succession of feverfew. I don't know if this is Sunnyball or Magic Single. I think it's Sunnyball. Don't know. This Sweet Annie also looks like crap. Apparently I just can't grow Sweet Annie. I really wanted it for dried work, but it doesn't like it here, I guess. This is the Covent Garden Baby's Breath, and it's finally starting to put up some shoots. I didn't really know if this was going to do much either. This grass looks phenomenal. This is silvertip grass, and I'm just growing it for dried stuff as well. The cress looks very healthy. There's 2 successions here, so that's why this stuff doesn't, some of it's starting to bud up, but most of it's still just the green. But this is all cress. Persian cress. So it looks really pretty with all these little white flowers on it, but you really don't want to harvest it until most of those have disappeared and it looks more like this, because otherwise it'll wilt. So I should have a pretty good harvest for those in the next week or 2. And I need to pull the bachelor's buttons because they're pretty much done. They're just kind of in that like scraggly state. There's still some decent looking ones, but when they start to get really tall and thin and spindly, then they're just ready to be pulled. This was, let's see, my neighbor's honking at me. Yarrow from this winter. I put this in the fall. I do not remember the mix. Fruit Bowl, I think, is what this yarrow is. And the bachelor's buttons kind of took over this area, but surprisingly, the yarrow still managed to do okay. But really, I mean, I thought that I didn't, like, look, I can't even get any light because of these freaking bachelor's buttons. But I will be pulling them soon. And then, I just maybe won't let bachelor's buttons grow here next year so that the yarrow can really take off. This yarrow is from, gosh, I don't even know, 3 years ago. It just never really did well right here. It was always really short. I don't know if it was just the variety or what. This is a native mint, but I can't remember what it's called. It's kind of cool though. And then this is gold cloth yarrow. It didn't do anything last year, but now it is. And I probably won't sell any of this. I'll just use it all for drying because I just felt like I really didn't have enough of it last year. More yarrow. These I think are so pretty because they've got like, it's almost like an ombre. It reminds me of an ice cream cone. Mountain mint, which I wish I had more of. It's just one big patch of it, and that's about it. This yarrow is, I don't know the variety, but it's really soft. Pastel, kind of creamy gold color. And this is, and will forever be my favorite color of yarrow, just like this salmon-y peachy color. Man, my hand will not stop shaking. And then random dahlias that refuse to die. I've tried to pull them up multiple times and I just miss a little bit of a tuber every time and they just keep coming back. And that is it for in the field. And the tunnel is just going to be, well, a couple random dahlias that I forgot about and celosia. will be the only thing in the tunnel because they can take the heat in here. I mean, even with the shade cloth, it gets mega hot in here in the summertime. There is another little random patch of mint right here. And this is my milkweed. Look how good it looks this year. I wish I had more of it. I think this is the gay butterflies milkweed, but there's a yellow over here that I forgot what the name of it is. And then I have like one stem of pinkish purple that hasn't bloomed yet. But I can't wait to see the monarch caterpillars. And the peonies are all done for the year. So that is pretty much it. Oh, except I do have something fun over here, not flower related, but I'm excited about it. I planted along the fence line loofahs, and they are starting to climb. Very exciting. Loofah plant. Yay! And I saw, yeah, some little tiny buds on here. So yeah, we'll see what those look like. Look at all my little ducks. They're all hanging out. Joey. Anyway, that is what we're up to. Until next time.